Hello again, whiskey friends. Thanks for joining me today, everybody. I am quite excited about today's video because I am either about to double down on the fact that I dislike Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye or confirm that I just got a funky one. I can't wait to do this comparison. I have not really tasted any other Jack Daniel's single barrel proof ryes. So let's see if my bottle, which I reviewed a couple weeks ago, I gave it a 76 out of 100. Let's see if that's the outlier and if better single barrels exist out there. So thank you for joining me today, whiskey friends. Let's compare some Jack Daniels and kick off the show. I really didn't realize how excited I was to do this until I hit record and this started kicking off, and I was like, yeah, I'm jazzed to get some Jack Daniel's barrel proof rye. So I've got my bottle of Jack Daniel's barrel proof rye, and it is a 132.9 proof, I believe, 132.7 proof. And I got this single barrel from one of the stores that I frequent in Northern Kentucky. And at the time, I had to use, they have a point system if you want to get kind of the allocated stuff. And I didn't have enough points to get this, but this was on my top thing to buy in 2023. So I went and I bought a Old Route 8 from Augusta, which is very delicious. That one got an 82 out of 100. So I bought that bottle just to have enough points to buy this bottle, only for this bottle to seemingly disappoint me. I mean, a 76 out of 100. Oh man, I really was hoping for something between an 85 to 90. I absolutely love the Jack Daniel's special release of this from a few years ago, and I've got one right here. But this was one of my favorite ryes of that year. And the proof on mine really isn't that much higher than this single barrel. My single barrel here was 133.4. We're going to see if we'll do a comparison to this one by the end. People are like, Jeff, stop comparing it to the special release. The special release was a special release for a reason. I am not comparing it to the special release, but it was one of my favorite ryes of all time. Thus why I was so excited when Jack Daniel's finally started releasing the single barrel proof ryes. But depending on how this goes, I might pop this one just to get a little nip and compare it. But the opportunity that I now have before me, and I'm going to record this live in the moment with you, so whatever my reaction is, it is what it is. I got a very special whiskey friend and a shout out. If you haven't checked him out, check out Norseman's Only Drams on YouTube. Jason has his own channel over there. And man, what a sweet gift he gave me. Look at this. So he gave me this glass here to do this tasting with. And he gave me a sample of his bottle of Jack Daniel's barrel proof rye. Now, his was 138.2 proof. And as you can see, I haven't cracked this yet, so we're just going to do this thing together. I'm excited, though, because I really want this to be everything I want it to be, right? I just want to know that my single barrel was just a dud. And I recently, it would have been last week, did a video on single barrel variations, because that was something that some people had been asking me about in general. I was debating whether to do both videos together in the same topic, but I think it's better to do these separate. All right. Shoot, I poured a lot in there. I meant to do half and half, and I'm just too eager. All right. So we're going to get into this thing. Now, what I remember from my single barrel of Jack Daniel's, we'll go through a tasting right now. But I don't know, it just didn't offer the flavor range that I was expecting. There just wasn't any standout components to it whatsoever. That's why it ended up right around a 76. For the most part, it just got a whole lot of 7s. So let's get into this one. We'll do a fresh comparison. We'll start with my bottle of the single barrel rye in the Hello Again whiskey friend Glenn. And then we'll get into Jason's single barrel, the modern Norseman only drams. Be sure to check them out. I mean, the nose is just flat. I swear. Getting a little bit of that banana nut bread. It's a little peppery. I don't know. A bit of vanilla. I really just can't hang my hat on anything. Let's go in for a taste. Up front, it is very viscous. It does bring a lot of different flavors that I can get into at the moment. But what I don't like about this one is the banana runts takes over. The finish on this one is all banana runts, and there's just nothing else. And there's almost a sourness off-putting on those banana runts. Like it just doesn't fit. Darn it. Up front, though, there's like this initial hint of an explosion of some red fruits, a lot of cinnamon and sugar. There's a lot going on. And then it just dissipates into the banana to an off-putting level. Darn it. I still don't like that thing. I think I actually like that a little less today than I usually do. Let me get a little rinse out, and then we'll go to the other single barrel. All right. Moment of truth. Are there Jack Daniel's single barrel proof ryes that I will like? Jason thinks I'm going to like this. Cheers, buddy. Thank you for this opportunity for this tasting. I can tell you right off the bat, the nose stands out immediately. It's richer. There's more barrel influence. There's a little bit of chocolate. There's just oak on this one. There was no oak on this one. Yeah, this is all bright. Vanilla, caramels even. Bit of rye spice, rye bread. Oh, this one's much richer. There's a custard, almost a flan even in this one. Oh, but the oak. There is a age to this one that's not in that one. Tell you what, gosh darn, the color variation on these two. I know there's more in this glass than that one. I mean, I'll try to angle it so that I can get the light to pass through it. I mean, look at that color difference. That's crazy. And I mean, it shows up on the nose. All right, let's go into the taste. Okay. Yes. I would have been happy about that pour. Heck yeah. Okay, so I just do have a dud. That's confirmed. That's somewhat relieving, I guess. That color variation on those two was pretty nuts, right? Oh, this nose is great. Yeah, just the level of depth and the oak blended with, gosh darn, that flan. The banana comes through just a little bit. Oh, there's some red fruits that are there, even some stone fruits. Honestly, on the nose, this might even trick you into a bourbon. Now, I know this is a barely legal rye. It's, 51%, I believe, is the rye portion of the mash bill. Oh man, this one is a troublemaker. And then on the taste, oh man, that custard, that flan, maybe I go more flan than creme brulee, but it kind of is in those areas. Maybe a little banana Foster's at the end, but that banana does not take over like it does on mine. Oh, it is just so rich and viscous. That's good. Now I got to do the comparison here to the special release. But confirmed, and I'm going to pour in the rest of the sample after I criticize myself for not pouring half of it earlier, but it's delicious. So I'm not officially grading this one since I am doing this impression. Oh my gosh, the finish won't stop. I'm not officially grading this one since I am doing just an impression of it based on this comparison. But this is ridiculously better. I mean, this is the 85 to a 90 that I was expecting from this release. I don't know yet. I need to get more experience with the Jack Daniel's single barrel proofs. Maybe we are in some realm where the higher proof ones hit better, though the special edition that I'm about to compare it to is only 133.4. So it's only a little bit more than mine. So I don't know if that's going to be the magic number. You know, I'll have to check with Jason too, if he's got like a dump date on his. I mean, I guess mine just has a bottle release date versus actually having the age. But still, the color is crazy. Come on. That's the same price and the same thing on the shelf next to each other. How sad would you be if you didn't know that the color of one and the color of the other, and they were right next to each other on the shelf, was so different? Come on. And it is so rich. I think that's what's making me jealous. That color shows up everywhere on the palate. Banana Foster's really came off on that one. Man, this be a tricky rye, though. Gosh, this would be a tricky thing to blind. Whew. Okay, let's do a little nip of the special release to compare these, and then we'll end this video. But conclusion, if you go back to my review about this one, yeah, this single barrel just stinks. Darn it. Darn it. You play the single barrel game, sometimes you get burned by the single barrel game. It is what it is. Man, I think his is darker than the special release. What the heck? It says the regular on here. I wonder if he's joshing me, and this is one of the special releases too. Look at this color difference. And it's not the glass. I guess that's more comparable. But still, though, his is darker than my special release. That is crazy. Oh, man, his is really good. Thank you, Jason. Oh, man, I think his is better on the nose, too. This is better on the nose. I don't think it's just the glass. His just has more oak and a richer feel than even the special release one. Okay, the depth of, that's wonderful. Man, I kind of forgot how crazy that thing is. Yeah, that's why it's one of my favorite ryes. This one is a flavor bomb. I mean, it hits you with so much cinnamon, sugar, vanilla icing. Oh, man. Fruits galore. I mean, this thing is like an entire fruit tart on top of that that creme brulee. Oh, man. Oh, that's good. That is good. Man. Okay. So on the nose, the other single barrel, the regular release actually wins, but on the palate, man, the special release was killer. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, the flavors are just so over the top and exaggerated compared to what's happening on his single barrel. I'm going to do one last taste of the single barrel, and then we'll conclude this. So thank you for joining me for today's impressions here on this comparison. But the good news is, well, I guess the good news and the bad news is I've got a dud of a single barrel to deal with, but at least I now know it's a dud and not just what the profile is across the board. So there's hope for me to buy another one. That's such a good news. I'll tell you what, man, his got more base to it. It even turned comparison to that one, doing it head to head. His turned chocolatey. Oh, that's really good. All right, point proven. That is the information for today. If you get into the Jack Daniel's single barrel Ryes, apparently the realm of possibilities is quite wide, to disappointing bottle to Oh man, if it really scored between an 85 and a 90, it would be in my top 10 so far. That's a extreme range of possibilities right there. Oh, I'm gonna have to find another one. What I think, though, I really want to see is Jack Daniel's single barrel rye, barrel proof group picks or store picks. That's what I might wait for before I buy another one. Gosh, the finish on his is so good. When those picks start coming out, that'll probably help this situation quite a bit and take away the possibility of getting a dud like I got. So if you did find a Jack Daniel's barrel proof rye and you got a dud like I did on the first one, hey, there is hope out there. Don't give up on them. They are special. And clearly there are some barrels that are comparable to the special release that came out a couple of years ago, because this one actually has a better nose and a better finish on it. Whew. Now the mid palate and the depth of the flavors and everything, the special release wins. I had to go have some fun and finish all these glasses. So thank you for joining me today, whiskey friends. I'll catch you on the next, well, I guess this wasn't a whiskey review, the next comparison video. Goodbye, everybody.
Jeff, just be friends with me. But you have these whiskey friends, and you say hello again. Oh, Jeffrey, you should just be friends with me. But you have these whiskey friends, and you say hello.